The last guitar part that's in level 1 for very beginning guitarists is Homework, Oh Homework, Guitar 3. Now, in Guitar 3, we learn how to play chords, and we learn how to strum with our chords. So we have something for our right hand to do, and we have something for our left hand to do. What the right hand will do is hold a pick and strum. It's very simple. Before we do any chords, let's learn what the right hand will do. Just hold all your strings gently so they won't make any musical sound. We're just going to scrape them. Okay, just hold them very, very softly, not fretting, just muting them. So your right hand can do its job. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So every time you say 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's all you're doing all day long on this part. So your right hand's job is very easy. These are called downstrokes. Just down, 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 down. And now that your right hand has learned what it needs to do, let's do our chords. Now, as guitar players, you probably know that we play this instrument in two very different ways. One, we play individual notes. That's what we worked on in Superstar. But we also play the guitar as a chord instrument. And a chord instrument means an instrument that plays multiple notes at once. We play multiple notes like this. And we do that usually while we are accompanying someone who's singing. Maybe we are singing, maybe there's a song going on, and the guitar makes part of the band and is an instrument that provides what we call harmony by playing chords. When we play chords, the basic chords that every guitar player learns first are these open chords. One of the most basic, easy chords to learn is this A7. For that one, you need 2 fingers. You're going to put your middle finger down first, and it's going to go on string 2, fret 2. And always remember, if your note isn't working very well, position, angle, and tension. P-A-T, or pat. You need to be close to the fret, but not quite touching it. That's position. Your angle means you don't want to be laying down like sausages. You want your fingers, as much as they can be, of course, we have to move them around different ways, but as much as they can be, we want the fingers to be going straight down into the fingerboard. We do not want them laying across unless they have to be. When we can, we stand them up. And then tension. Are you pressing hard enough? And then if you are, can you get away with pressing a little bit less hard? Because we don't want to work more hard than we need to. So, finger 2, string 2, fret 2. Lots of 2s. Finger 2, string 2, fret 2. Then, finger 1, your index finger, string 4, fret 2. And it looks like this. And this is a 5-string chord. We don't play string number 6 during this chord. This is the A7. So, now you might get a sound like this. And if you get this, you're probably touching extra strings with your fingers. So, take those fingers from flat like sausages up to vertical, and you might realize your index finger was probably touching string 3, and your middle finger was probably laying down and touching string 1. And so anytime you have any muting happening, muting means a string that is sounding muffled like that. Anytime you have that happening, check for those things and find out if you can fix your position, angle, or tension. So you're going to play 5 strings and play this with a pick. Check them all like that, one at a time, and if you have any of those problems, go solve your problem. If you ever need help, I'll be happy to help you. Now, there's another chord, there's an A that doesn't have a 7 on it. And if you look at the pictures, you'll see they're very similar, but there's an extra note right in the middle. So that's going to be these 3 fingers on fret 2, fret 2, and fret 2. This is an okay way to play it, and again, it's a 5-string chord. This is an okay way to play it. You might also try ring finger on top, then index finger, then middle. I know it sounds weird, seems like it would be harder, but for some people, it's easier to fit your fingers in that way. Try it both ways, you can decide which way you like. But try it both ways. Don't just say, oh, that looks hard, I'm not going to try it. Try it. Find out if it's easier, because it might make things easier for you. So as long as you're getting clear sounds out of each of the strings, see, I'm not. There. As long as you're getting clear sounds out of each of the strings, you're okay, and you can choose whichever one you like the best. Then we have the D chord. Now this is a 4-string chord. If you look at the chord diagram, you will see that the strings 6 and 5, they have X's. That means don't play this string. So we're only going to play 4 strings on this chord. And the way you build this chord is a little funny if you haven't done it before. Put your middle finger down first. Not always, just in the case of these 2 chords. Put your middle finger down first on string 1, fret 2. Put your ring finger next on string 2, fret 3. Then put your index finger on string 3, fret 2. Okay, and then check it one at a time. And if you're getting clean sounds like I am right now, then you don't need to change anything. If you do, go back to position, angle, tension. P-A-T. Okay, then we have 2 more chords. One of them really is an open chord, and it's one that we use a lot. But both of these chords have easy and hard versions. The full, or the hard version of the G, I'll show you, but then I'll also show you the easy version. Here's the G chord in its full glory. Ring finger first on string 1, fret 3. Middle finger next on string 6, fret 3. And then index finger on string 5, fret 2. You have 3 open strings in the middle of this chord. So when you're playing this chord, again, take care to see if your fingers can stand up instead of laying flat. Stand them up when you can. I didn't say all the time because there are times when our fingers have to do really weird things. But when you can, stand up your fingers and they will avoid muffling or muting other strings. So this is a 6-string chord. We don't hold back, we play every single one of them. Play them one at a time to check. And if you're getting clean sounds, strum the whole thing. Oh, there's a much easier version if you want the easy version of this G chord, and that's just this. One finger, it doesn't even have to be your ring finger, right? It could be your index finger, could be your middle, and this is a 4-string chord. So we could play. Doesn't matter which finger, but what you don't want to do is play strings 5 or 6, because after all, those ones are supposed to be fretted. We don't want to play them open, because if anything, we want to hear the fretted notes in this chord. Finally, the F sharp 7. It's a really weird one, and this is, you might notice, it doesn't have any open strings in that chord. In a way, that's easier, but it's harder for beginners because as beginners, we have to think a lot about each finger. So here's the easy version. You know how I said there's kind of a rule, a sort of rule, where we always want our fingers to be vertical coming down onto the fingerboard? Well, in this case, we don't. We want them to be laying down. You see the index finger covering these 2 strings? I can't do that with just my fingertip. To cover 2 strings on fret 2, I have to lay my finger down. So that's a good exception to our rule. We usually use this rule, but not always. Then we put our middle finger on string 3, fret 3. So we have a 3-string chord that is 3, 2, 2. Those are our fret numbers, and it's played with these 2 fingers. So that's the easy version of our F sharp 7. If you are ready with all of the chords, then let's play Homework, Oh Homework, the guitar part, number 3.